Welcome back to Studio Sydney Pilates. Today's class is a high-intensity HIIT for inner thighs and deep core. It's tough, targeted, and designed to build strength and control, but it comes with a serious burn. If you liked my inner thigh, deep core, and glute HIIT class, this is your next level. Grab your mat and a water, wear something comfortable, and let's get started. Let's start today with some sumo squats, bringing our feet nice and wide and turned out in lateral rotation right from the top of the hip. We tuck the tailbone under, think imprint here, and then on the inhale, we'll come down nice and low, exhale, root down into the heels to rise. Try to keep the spine stacked here from head to tail so we're not leaning forward too much. We're here for 60 seconds. We're doing sumo squats today instead of regular squats because in this position with our feet wide and laterally rotated or turned out at the hip, knee, and ankle, we're able to turn on our adductors a little bit more through our inner thighs. Again, inhale to lower, really tucking that tailbone under to open up through the hip, getting deeper in that squat each time. Exhale, we root down into the heels to rise, last 20. Awesome work. And then on our next one, we're gonna stay down nice and low, lifting the heels, calf raise, inhale to lower. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Trying to find that control, lifting both heels equally. Keep the tuck in the tailbone, shoulders back to keep our spine stacked, head over tail. Good, 15 more seconds, halfway there. Really starting to feel those quads and inner thighs. Breathe through it, exhale, rise, inhale, lower. Good work. Let's extend the legs. We're gonna bring the feet nice and close, almost touching, but just a little bit of space between the feet. We're gonna come down nice and low. Now we are hinging at the hips, so chest to the floor, nice flat back. Squeeze your knees together to find those adductors, inner thighs. And then we go into calf raises here, lifting the heels, inhale, lower, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Can we keep squeezing the knees together, staying down nice and low? Keep the collarbone wide, so drawing shoulder blades together behind you, sitting down nice and low. Again, nice flat back, hinging at the hips. Good, halfway there. I know we're really starting to feel those quads now. Awesome. From here, we're going to find pulses, lift the heels, and we pulse for 30 seconds. Focus on squeezing those knees together, turning on inner thighs. Awesome work. This is our last one here in our squats. We're almost there. Breathe through it. Keep collarbone wide. Try not to flex forward or round through the back. Last 10 seconds. Awesome work, everyone. Let's come to our 4-point kneeling position. So we're going to come to quadruped or 4-point kneeling, wrist stacked under shoulders, knees under hips, really root down into the heels of the hands, pressing the floor away from you. From here, keeping your right knee at 90 degrees, lift that leg up towards the ceiling, open the knee out to the side, and then bring it back in. So we're drawing circles here through the hips. I want you to think kind of a hip opener. So almost like we're trying to get just mobility and a stretch, opening up through the hip. But here is where the work is. We're going to use our deep core muscles and our obliques to stabilize through the pelvis. So keeping your back flat, again, rooting equally into both hands. We find that stability through the torso, making those circles really big through the hip and knee, and then switching up the direction. So out to the side, back, up and down. Again, try to find that hip opener stretch, but still keeping those abdominals engaged, rooting down into the hands and that stabilizing left leg, and drawing navel to spine here to stabilize through the core. Last 10. Awesome work. We'll switch over to the other side. So stacking that right knee back underneath your right hip. We'll bring the left leg out to the side first, up, down, and around. Again, drawing those big circles from the hip, using our abdominals and deep core to stabilize and keep the hips square. Doing 30 seconds in each direction. And really try to distribute the weight equally between your stabilizing knee, the right knee, foot, and your hands on the mat. Good, and then switching up the direction of those hip circles. We go back, up, around, and down. Trying to make the circles a little bit bigger each time while finding that stability through the hips. Awesome work. Let's set up back in a strong 4-point kneeling, knees directly under hips. And then we're gonna lift the knees up to hover 1 or 2 inches off of the mat. Without shifting your hips, extend one leg long back for 10. Inhale, bend the knee, bring it back under the hip. Exhale to extend long. Squeezing the glute, keeping the pelvis level. No timer, we'll just go up to 10. Last 6. Drawing navel to spine to brace through the core and find that stability. Almost there. Last 2. And 1. And release. Awesome work. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Hovering the knees, extend the other leg straight back. Squeezing the quad, squeezing the glute at the top. Can we lift that ankle all the way up to hip height as we extend? Again, just 10 reps. For 5. Inhale to bring it in. Exhale, extend. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Awesome work. Good. For our next block, we're going to come onto our back supine. We're going to work a little bit more through deep core and obliques. So finding a comfortable position on the ground. Head's going to stay down. We're going to pull the ribs down and in, activating through your core, tucking the tailbone slightly. And then we're going to bring the legs up to tabletop, knees stacked over hips. Extend your left leg up towards the ceiling. Bring that leg out to the side, down to the floor, and then hinge at the hip to bring it around. So we're drawing leg circles here. Okay, similar to when we were drawing the circles in our 4-point kneeling from the hip. Our goal is to find that stability in the pelvis. So keeping the hips square. Hips stay heavy down on the mat. Especially as we exhale to send the leg away, can we draw the ribs down and in, activating through the core a little bit more? We're going to switch up the direction, so towards the floor first, out to the side, and then back up so ankle stacks over hip. Exhale to send it away, inhale to circle around. Good. Can we find a little bit of a lateral rotation through the hip as we circle around? Good. Last 10 seconds here. Keeping shoulders heavy on the mat, broadening through the collarbone. Awesome work. Bend that left knee so the knee stacks over the hip. We'll extend the right leg out, and then same thing. We'll start first bringing that right leg out to the side. Slight rotation through the hip down to the floor, and then parallel to hinge the ankle back up over hip. Notice if there's any rocking through the torso. And again, as we draw the shoulders heavy on the mat, collarbone wide, can we keep the ribs down and in to prevent flaring? Keeping our abdominal muscles on. Exhale to send the leg away. Inhale to hinge, ankle back over hip. Good, and then switching up the direction, sending the leg away from the body, external rotation through the hip to circle around. And if you're finding that stillness in the upper body, can we just make those circles a little bit bigger? Awesome work, everyone. We're gonna do one more here for abdominals. Heels together, toes and knees turned out, so lateral rotation right from the top of the hip. Squeeze those heels together, and then on the exhale, we're gonna extend the legs long, squeezing the quads, pointing the toes at the end. In order to turn on our adductors, our inner thighs, we wanna really squeeze those heels together as we extend. Flex the feet, flex the knees, and then point the toes, extend the legs. So find that ankle mobility as well. Again, each time we extend, can we squeeze the heels a little bit tighter? Exhale, draw the ribs down and in to extend. 4, 3, 2, and bend the knees. Good work. For our last exercise of our first round, it's definitely the spiciest one. We're gonna come onto our left elbow, elbow stacked directly underneath your left shoulder. We're gonna find an advanced side plank. So you can bring your top hand onto your hip or up towards the ceiling. Your top leg is gonna go behind you, and then that bottom leg is gonna come out in front, and you're gonna lift that bottom leg up off of the floor. So we're really using the inner thighs here on that right side and our top leg to stabilize through the body, squeezing through that left quad, using our core to lift the hips up and keep a nice long line through the body. We're here for 30 seconds. We're already halfway there. Good. Keeping those hips square. Inhale through the nose. Can we keep that bottom leg, the left leg pointed, squeezing through the quad? We're almost there. Awesome work. Release. Let's even ourselves out. So coming onto our right elbow, elbow stacked underneath right shoulder. Again, that top leg, the left leg goes back behind us. The bottom leg is out in front of us, pointing the toe, squeezing that right quad, and then lift that right leg up in the air, squeeze through the right quad. Using our left adductors now, lift inner thighs to keep our side plank. Hip stays square. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Halfway there. Happy thoughts, breathe through it. Last 10, you've got this. Whew. And release, awesome work, that's a killer. Okay, that's our first round. We're gonna do that 2 times over. Again, traditional HIIT, we repeat those exercises to really progressively build strength, tear the muscles, and find that growth within a session. So again, we're gonna keep the energy up, legs wide, externally rotate from the hip, knee, and ankle joint, tuck the tailbone under. Inhale, we lower into our sumo squat. Exhale, we rise back up, rooting into the heels, coming all the way up, squeezing the quads at the top. Good, we're here for 60 seconds again. Again, think of crown of the head to the ceiling. So keeping our spine tall in a neutral. We'll feel that opening through the hips a little bit more if we keep our nice tall spine. Awesome, and then stay down in that squat. We stay nice and low, lift the heels on the exhale, inhale to lower the heels, finding that control and keeping that tuck in the tailbone. Exhale to rise, we're feeling the quads and inner thighs. Good, halfway there. Woo, good work. Let's extend the legs. We're gonna bring the feet back in again, almost right beside each other. Just keep a tiny little space between the feet. Inhale, we come down nice and low, squeeze the thighs together, squeeze the knees together to find those inner thighs. Exhale, we lift the heels up, calf raises. Inhale, we lower. Exhale, we rise. Inhale to lower. We're hinged forward slightly here, so back stays nice and flat. Back of the neck is long all the way down from head to tail. We're just hinging at the hip. Keep the shoulder blades together, so finding a nice open chest here. Awesome, and then staying down nice and low. Lift the heels, and then we find those pulses for 30 seconds. Good, keep drawing the shoulder blades together, keeping the chest wide. Squeeze the knees together to feel the inner thighs. We're almost there. Good, we're halfway now. Stay down nice and low. Whew, good work. Let's come on to our 4-point kneeling position. We'll go into those hip rolls and quadruped. So again, rooting down into the hands, pressing the floor away from us, wrists underneath shoulders. Let's go into those hip rolls, bringing your right knee out to the side, back and down. 30 seconds in each direction here. Again, our focus is to draw nice big circles with the knee. So letting that femur, that thigh bone rotate within the hip joint, like in the hip socket, but still keeping your hip bones facing the floor. So we're not opening or rotating through the hips. We're keeping the pelvis and hips square. And again, just finding that mobility from the femur within the hip socket. Let's switch up directions now. So we bring up towards the ceiling, out to the side and back in. Again, lots of range here if we can find the stability through the hips and spine. Awesome work. And then we'll place that right knee back under the right hip. Let's bring the left knee out to the side, and same thing on this side, 30 seconds in each direction. Good, let's switch up the direction of those circles. Awesome work. Let's go back to our quadruped bear hover leg extension. So root down into the mat, lift those knees up just a couple inches, extend one leg straight back, squeezing the glute and quad to extend, inhale to bring it back in. Again, we're doing 10 on each side here, so no timer. Finding stability through the hips, exhale to extend, inhale to bend. Last 3 for 2. And last one, good work. That knee back underneath the hip. Let's go over to the other side. So again, start with the knees hovering. Exhale to extend the other leg straight back. Can we find lots of height in that leg? Last 4, 3, 2. Good. And then lower that leg back down. Awesome work. Let's come on to our backs now. So we're going to go into our supine work, starting with our hip openers. So again, we're drawing the ribs down and in, engaging through the core. Tuck the tailbone under slightly. Hands come down by the mat. We draw shoulders heavy on the mat behind us. Shoulder blades together towards the spine. Legs come to tabletop. Let's extend left leg up towards the ceiling. And we draw circles with that leg. External rotation to bring the leg out to the side. And then parallel to hinge back up. We inhale as we hinge. We exhale as we externally rotate and draw those circles. Keeping those hip bones in line and square to the ceiling. 30 seconds in each direction, so we'll switch up soon. Let's switch the direction up. Can we keep the shoulders heavy, keep the chest open, while still drawing ribs down and in. Awesome, and then same thing on the other side. Can we squeeze the quad, point the toe? Good, bring the leg out to the side, first down to the floor, inhale to hinge. 30 seconds in each direction here. Focus on that stability from hips up. And switching up the direction of the circles, last 30 seconds here. Awesome, let's come into our lateral rotation or froggy leg, double leg stretch. So again, keeping the tailbone tucked under, heels together, toes and knees apart. On the exhale, we extend the legs long, keeping the heels connected. Point the toes to extend. Can we actively squeeze the heels together again to turn on those adductors and abdominals? Awesome, and then you know what's next. Here we go. We're coming into our side plank. So let's start on our left elbow, elbow underneath the left shoulder. Our top leg, our right leg is back behind the left leg. And then again, we can have that top hand on the hip or up towards the ceiling. We lift our bottom leg up, squeeze the quad. We're really feeling those right adductors here, right inner thighs. Keep lifting up through the hips to keep a nice long line from head to tail. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Breathe through it, we've got this. Already more than halfway. Okay, and one side done. Awesome work, everyone. That is a burner. Coming over to the other side now, to our right side. Right elbow under right shoulder. Okay, we've got this. Let's mentally prepare. Top leg behind, bottom leg in front. Again, we can have that hand either on the hip or up towards the ceiling, drawing shoulder blade to spine. And then we lift the hips up, we lift that bottom leg up off the floor, squeezing through the quad, pointing the toe. If you're right dominant, you might find this side harder because it's our left leg, our left adductor holding us up. Three, two, one, and relax. Great work, everyone. We only have to do that one more time. Okay, it's our last round. Let's try not to compromise our form, even though we're tired. This last round, let's bring the feet nice and wide. External rotation from the hip, knee, and ankle joint. Again, tucking the tailbone under, a nice tall spine. Inhale, we lower hips to the ground. Exhale, we rise back up. Again, really think of tucking tailbone under as we come up, feeling the glute max a little bit more here when we do that pelvic tuck. Awesome work. Good, and then we're gonna stay down in our sumo squat, lifting up the heels for calf raises. Can we press down equally into all 4 balls of the feet as we rise? Keeping that tuck in the tailbone. Collarbone wide to draw shoulder blades together behind us. Keep breathing. Exhale to rise, inhale to lower the heels. Ooh, definitely feeling the quads there. Let's bring the feet nice and close together, just a tiny bit of space between the feet. We keep flat back as we come down into our squat, squeezing the knees together to find our inner thighs, and then we lift the heels up nice and high in our high half toe or calf raise. Exhale, rise, inhale, lower. Awesome, and then stay low and let's pulse it out. This is our last one today. We've got this. Come down nice and low. Last 20 seconds. Press down into the toes, equally into the balls of the feet. The quads are killing. Last 10 seconds. Whew, good work. Let's come on to our quadruped again, into our 4-point kneeling. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Again, we find that stability in the pelvis. And let's draw those circles, starting with the right knee. We bring the knee out to the side, back and down, 30 seconds in each direction. And we'll switch up the direction now. And then let's switch over to the left side, finding that equal weight distribution, and then 30 seconds in each direction here. Good, and other direction. Great work. Let's go into that bear hover. Tuck the toes under, root down into the hands. We lift the knees up, exhale to extend one leg straight back, and we bring that ankle right up to hip height. Squeeze through the glute at the top. Again, we're doing 10 full reps here. For 3, for 2, and last one. Awesome work. Good, and then we'll again find that hover, extend your other leg straight back, squeezing through the quad and glute at the top. For 3, for 2. And last one, drop that foot back down. Awesome work. Let's come onto our back. We'll go into those leg circles, single leg circles. So lying again on your back, hands down by our side. We draw the ribs down and in, shoulders heavy to broaden through the chest. We tuck the tailbone under slightly, and then we'll bring the legs up to tabletop, knee stack over hip, shins parallel with the floor. Extend your left leg out, external rotation to bring that leg around, and then parallel to hinge back up. Keeping the hips square. We'll do 30 in each direction here. And then we'll switch up the direction. Awesome, bend that left knee. Let's extend the right leg out. And then again, externally rotating through the hip to bring the leg out to the side, using those obliques to stabilize as we keep that left hip heavy on the mat. And other direction to the floor, out to the side, and back in. Awesome work. And then we go into our last supine ab work today, lateral rotation, double leg stretch. I really want you to squeeze those heels to find the adductors, inner thighs. Our adductors, our inner thighs, are connected or originate in our pelvis, which is also where our pelvic floor muscles originate. So when we find the adductors, inner thighs, it's a bit easier to connect into our pelvic floor. So think zipping up a zipper, almost like you're trying to pick up like a blueberry with your pelvic floor. We're drawing up and in, squeezing heels together as we lengthen, pointing the toes at the end. Awesome work, everyone. Let's bend the knees. Okay, we've got one more. Let's get through this. Left elbow under left shoulder. Bringing your top leg behind you, bottom leg in front. We lift up through that bottom leg. That was me mentally preparing to get through this. Okay, we've got one more on each side. We got this. Again, top hand comes up towards the ceiling or on the hip to draw that right shoulder blade towards the spine. We're halfway there. Breathe through it. Let all the air come out of pursed lips and then take a nice big inhalation each time. 8 more seconds. We're almost there. And we're done. The left side, lower your hips, and we'll come over to the other side. Right elbow underneath right shoulder. Again, top leg, left leg goes behind, bottom leg in front. We've got this. Stack up through the hips. Let's finish really, really strong today. On the exhale, we lift the hips, open up through the chest, that bottom leg, the right leg, engage to keep the leg long. And we're gonna do this. We're gonna finish strong. I know, it's really burning. Trust me, I know. We've got this. Last 10 seconds and then we're done this workout today. Last 3, 2, 1, and we're done. Release, drop your hips down. Whew. Let's finish with some really nice stretches today. Starting on our stomachs. We're gonna find a nice deep stretch through our quad and hip flexor. So just lie on your stomach and then pull that right heel towards your right hip, opening up through the quad and the hip flexor. If we find a little tailbone tuck here, it helps to open up the hip flexor a little bit more. So keeping pubic bone heavy on the mat. We did lots of quads and inner thighs, so this is a really nice stretch to end off today. And then other side, kicking your left heel to your left hip. This was a very challenging workout today, so great work if you finished it. Take this moment to stretch, and again, make sure to drink lots of water after we're done today and for the rest of the day. We're gonna come to frog stretch. So come onto your hands at first. We're gonna bring the knees nice and wide, so out wider than your mat. And bring your ankles out so they're in line with the knees, externally rotating at the ankles, so heels in, toes out. We're gonna come onto the elbows and then shift your hips back in space. We can do a couple rocks back and forth, or just hold it here, shifting your hips back in space, just opening up through the hips. And then let's thread the needle. So bring the knees back underneath the hips, ankles in line with the knees. We'll reach that right hand underneath the left, reaching your left arm forward to the top of your mat, bringing your head down to the mat, just finding a nice twist and opening up in between the shoulder blades. And then other side, we reach that left hand under the body, under the right arm. We reach that right arm to the top of the mat, bringing your head down, finding a twist on this side. Awesome, and finally just taking some side bends here. So just sitting cross-legged, feeling very sweaty after that workout. Sit up nice and tall, come up and over to one side. Nice deep side stretch, stretching out through the obliques and over to the other side. Amazing work. That was very heated, very tough. Take a deep breath, drink lots of water today, and be so proud of yourself for showing up. If you enjoyed this class today, like and subscribe for weekly videos and comment what you'd like to see next. I'll see you in the next class. Have a great day, everyone.